The buzz around a potential fight between Colby Covington and Belal Muhammad has resurfaced in a big way, and it's not just fans who are hyped. Big John McCarthy and Josh Thompson recently broke it down, and even with Colby sitting lower in the rankings, they're fully backing this as the matchup to make. Why? Because this fight has history. It's not just about numbers or titles, it's personal. There's real tension between these two. Trash talk, social media jabs, and years of unfinished business that never quite boiled over inside the octagon. According to Big John, it's this underlying animosity that makes it so compelling. The reason's simple. It sells, Big John said. The rivalry is real. The trash talk between these two has been brewing for years, and the lead-up would be nothing short of chaotic. And it goes far beyond the promo side of things. Stylistically, it's a war waiting to happen. Colby Covington thrives on pace, pressure, and endless cardio. He drowns his opponents with volume, never giving them room to breathe. But Belal Muhammad isn't the same fighter he was a few years ago. His evolution has been undeniable, especially when it comes to defensive wrestling, control time, and overall striking IQ. Colby's known for breaking people, but Belal has proven he doesn't break. He adjusts, he adapts, he wins rounds, and he wins them smart. Big John continued, "Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates, fight breakdowns, and all things MMA."
I'm being honest when I go, I want the fight that's going to really kind of get me excited, the fight that I think has got more rage to it. That's Belal Muhammad versus Colby Covington.
Ah, you son of a bitch. You got took my fight.
Oh. Damn, the stars aligned again. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think that's a great matchup, and I think those two guys will bring frickin' nothing but fireworks to that. And I think it'd be a good fight because Colby cannot just out wrestle him. Yeah. You know, he's gonna have to be on the feet with him, and I think Belal's better on the feet. He's got more power on the feet. I think it's a great matchup, and you know, Colby has said things. Back him up now.
Throw him into somebody that has huge name recognition, who just talks and talks and talks, and allow him to put a beating on him. Let's just see what happens. But look, two guys are both known for their conditioning and their cardio. Both guys are known for their wrestling. Belal's gotten a lot better on the stand-up, and
Colby's better on the stand-up.
A little bit better on the stand-up.
That's a big statement, especially coming from former fighters. But the reasoning makes sense. Belal Muhammad has gone undefeated in his last 10 fights, with wins over names like Vicente Luque, Stephen Thompson, and Gilbert Burns. His striking has sharpened, his wrestling defense has tightened, and he's shown he can go 5 rounds without fading. He's not just a decision machine, he's a problem. And then there's Colby. Love him or hate him, he knows how to sell a fight. And in terms of cardio and volume, he still stands as one of the toughest matchups in the division. Even in his most recent loss to Leon Edwards at UFC 296, he showed moments of sharpness. But questions remain. Has Colby evolved, or has the division passed him by? Now let's shift to another storyline that's spiraling out of control. Islam Makachev versus Ilia Topuria. What started as simple verbal jousting between two champions has officially crossed the line. Not just words anymore. This thing's getting personal, fast. It began when Ilia Topuria called out Islam, accusing him of ducking. In his words, Islam was moving up to welterweight just to avoid him. He said he'd beat him in the cage, or in the street. No filters, no PR spin. Ilya doubled down on his confidence, saying Islam had no answers for him and he wasn't scared of Dagestani grappling. Islam fired back immediately. He made it clear that Ilya should focus on defending his own belt before calling out the lightweight champ. He said Topuria hadn't earned the right to speak his name. But the tension didn't die down, it snowballed. In a recent interview, Islam didn't hide his frustration. He said Ilya has been running his mouth a little too much and hinted that if they happen to bump into each other, things might not end with just a conversation. Islam even said a fight could break out if it comes to that, though he didn't specify whether he meant inside the cage or somewhere else entirely. And that's exactly what almost happened. Islam's teammate, UFC flyweight Tagir Ulanbekov, recently had a face-to-face with Ilia Topuria in Dubai. According to Tagir, it wasn't planned, it just happened. But when it did, things got real. In a Russian interview, Tagir laid it all out. Me and the team were in Dubai, so I was just walking with one of my teammates in the city at night. That's when I suddenly ran into him near the mall that's closest to where I stay. It's a big one, so there's always a lot of people there. He wasn't alone also. So I called him by his name and told him, like, come here, let's speak for a moment. When he saw me, he started saying something to whoever he had with him, like warning them about me. And then he started yelling things out to me. So I tried to approach him, but security and a lot of people were there, so nothing could really happen. But I told him I would break his teeth if he sees me one-on-one. He was shouting something too. I don't know. But anyway, that's all that was. So now the camps are involved. The trash talk has turned into face-offs. And the UFC may need to act fast before it turns into something bigger outside of the cage. And while that feud simmers, Della Maddalena is heating things up on a different front. After defeating Belal Muhammad at UFC 315 to become the new welterweight champion, Jack's been put on a collision course with Islam Makachev, who wants to move up and become a two-division champion. The Aussie has been respectful, but firm. Jack understands the pressure. He knows the division is full of killers, but he also knows Islam's name brings value, legacy, eyes, pay-per-view points. And when asked about the possibility of Islam fighting Ilia Topuria first, Jack admitted,
I reckon he's going to underestimate me as well.
You like that, though?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, for sure. But it doesn't really matter what he thinks. We're gonna fight. I'm excited.
Do you think that he will fight Ilya first and then fight you, or do you think that now?
I don't know. I actually don't know. But I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm ready. I'm ready for the challenge. But there's also the welterweight division. There's a lot of good challenges as well. So it's crazy how the welterweight division sort of kind of opened up a lot. Now there's a lot of challenges, and now you also have Makhachev going to wanting to step up. So yeah, big decisions to be made by the big guy.
Here, from Covington versus Belal, to Topuria versus Islam, to Jack Della possibly defending his title against Makhachev. It's chaos across divisions, but it's good chaos, the kind that creates headlines, rivalries, moments. So what do you think? Should Colby finally face Belal? Is Ilya really getting under Islam's skin? And can Jack Della stop the Dagestani freight train if Makhachev really makes the move to 170? Drop your predictions in the comments. Let's hear your matchups, your takes, and who you think walks out with their hand raised. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this update, hit that like button, subscribe for daily MMA news, and we'll catch you in the next one.